Do not be frightened. This is Osama bin Laden, freshly dead at the bottom of the sea. Play it, brother. My friends, this is Osama bin Laden, mouldering at the bottom of the sea, my eyes turned into pearls. Look. I'm grooving on being free of life and proud that I, Osama bin Laden, brought down the two greatest empires the world has ever known. Play it, brother. That's my brother playing it. I comfort myself that while I spent a few hundred thou on bringing off 9/11, the United States has hemorrhaged trillions of dollars, and all because of me and my brave troops. Memo from Osama. Too bad about your country, too bad. I brought you to your knees and now stand towering 900 feet tall as a reptilian creature, bringing down one empire after another. Just enjoying it before I go on to a Google of lifetimes as a tapeworm. Ooh!
Austin's psychic Perry Logan with Memos from Osama.
Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. So hard. These morphs are so hard. How's that look? Okay? Okay? Get ready. Get ready.
Hello everybody, this is Osama bin Laden and does my head hurt? This is Osama bin Laden and does my head hurt? They shot me in the head and dropped me into the sea, where I lie, freshly dead. You have killed me. I have bankrupted you. Even Steven. I'm glad I don't have to live in America on May 12, 2011. With the safety net going down, money continuing to hemorrhage out of your poor, destroyed empire. A president who apparently thinks he's Ronald Reagan, and the weather getting weirder and weirder as global warming takes its toll. This is a memo from Osama bin Laden as an entire nation dances on my grave. I dance on the corpse of your empire. This just in. As America dances on the grave of Osama bin Laden, the ghost of Osama bin Laden dances on the corpse of the U.S. Empire.
Hello, welcome to Rumor Central, where we blow up rumors like this. Or this. Or this. This is Rumor Central. It is not true that Osama bin Laden, his freshly slaughtered corpse, weighted and dropped into the sea, has, due to radiation and chemicals in the ocean, been brought back to life and reappeared on Earth as a 900-foot monster of somewhat reptilian who has not turned into a
900-foot monster of a slightly reptilian hue. That's just a silly rumor started by some guy in Austin, Texas.
Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. His freshly slaughtered corpse issuing memos to Perry Logan.
Okay, gotta go. Okay, it may not be true that Osama bin Laden's
Freshly slaughtered corpse waited and dropped to the bottom of the sea. Pearls in his eyes turning into pearls.
It may not be true that radiation and chemicals in the ocean, which are there in superabundance, give me a break. It is not true, however, that he has come back as a 900-foot reptilian creature who has destroyed portions of Tokyo, okay?
Oh yeah, Jim, that had to hurt. Oh,
I love that, Tim.
I love it too, Jim.
Hey, Tim.
What, Jim?
Will you sit a little closer to me?
Sure. Woo!
So much for squelching that rumor, huh, Jim? Yeah, Tim. What Perry doesn't seem to realize is that he himself has already shown an actual photograph of Osama bin Laden reborn as a 900-foot reptilian creature destroying portions of Tokyo. Oh, come on, Tim, you've got to be pulling my leg. That's not me.
Oh,
Well, a picture like that could not possibly be fake. Wait a minute, Perry's getting up. Oh no. Okay, well, so much for Rumor Central. Now this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a boggled Perry Logan who is getting text messages from the late, great Osama bin Laden, who, as you know, is freshly dead and moldering at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, right. This has got to be a hoax, right? Let me see if I can get back to Osama. Osama, can you hear me? Oh, freshly slaughtered at the bottom of the sea. Says his head hurts. Well, anyway, I'm the one who's getting these memos from the recently dead Osama bin Laden. That's reality. Harsh, cold, grim, and ugly. Looks that way to me. Here on, I believe it's May 12th, 2011. But don't trust me. Yeah, right. I don't know why he says things like that. It kind of undercuts this whole thing. Gotta get back to the show. My audience expects me. My audience.
I hate them. They're like leeches. My audience, I hate them. They're like leeches sucking their life from me.
Oh, are we rolling? Okay, gotta go. I hope you know I was kidding. People should not take this show too literally, except when I tell you to. Okay, here's the situation. Osama bin Laden, freshly dead. His eyes, check it out, his eyes now reduced to pearls. This show is coming from this period in history where I think it's safe to say we're under the shadow. We are under the historic shadow of none other than Osama bin Laden, who, physically dead, blown away by a president whom he dwarves, historically speaking. And you know, I say that with love, Obama. Yes, Perry, I know you say that with love, even though you think I'm the worst Democrat in all of history. Why, yes, I do, Obama. I love you, but I think you're the worst Democrat in all of human history in this portion of the galaxy. And that, oh, geez, I don't think it was deliberate, but I think you've killed the Democratic Party. You know what I say? Hey, you know what I say? I, Perry Logan, say the Democratic Party died the minute the Obots started calling their fellow Democrats racists. Don't you see? It meant either that they really believed most Democrats were racists because most Democrats preferred someone else than Obama, or it meant they were simply willing to say the meanest goddamn thing that came into their little Obot minds. That's when you heard the spine of the Democratic Party snap. Yeah. We're living in grim times. Osama himself had sent me like a text message of what grim times we're in, but consider this. As I speak, the USA is, coming off of a kind of a mini high, a mini buzz, as Osama himself says. Just listen. This is Osama bin Laden. You are living in very icky times, thanks to me. I take comfort that you are living in very icky times, where the best buzz you can get is dancing on my grave. Ha! May you sink into the sea with me. Ugh. Wow, that was fun. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Osama bin Laden's at the bottom of the sea, but possessing me every now and then. And, before he goes off to live his Google of lifetimes as a tapeworm. That's my story. I'm sticking to my story. Before Osama goes off to be punished for being such a horrible, just nightmare of a monster, he is sending me a few memos. Hey, you don't need the ghost of Osama bin Laden. May he be reborn as a tapeworm, a Google of times. Okay, well, you don't need this. You don't need the ghost of Osama to tell you that it's kind of grim, isn't it? Can I just point out that it's kind of grim that our big triumph is so grim? You see what I mean? The U.S. is kind of having a little wave of, I would call it a mini wave. It's like this. It's like a mini wave of euphoria, I guess, at the killing of Osama bin Laden. Right? But first of all, it doesn't seem to be much of a. I don't want to. Well, it's, you're from the future, so you won't mind if I rain on the parade of my contemporaries, so to speak. Well, I would say a lot of folks are, in a state of weird euphoria, dancing on Osama's grave. Okay? I think we hired Obama and the Dems to bring down the poverty level, or kind of like get that poverty level down, but you see it's going way, way up. Just the opposite of what happened under Bill Clinton, as I like to point out. Every now and then I like to point out the differences between a real Democrat, Bill Clinton, a real, albeit a centrist Democrat, and a neocon. That's Obama, a neocon who is posing as a centrist Democrat. This is very important. Okay? Now, Bill Clinton. He was a real centrist Democrat, and poverty, sure enough, poverty went down under Bill Clinton. You like that, huh? Me too. Under Obama, a right-wing guy posing as a centrist Democrat, poverty's going up. Isn't that sad? Isn't that awful? Under the centrist Democrat Bill Clinton, the military got smaller. The military got smaller under Bill Clinton. Do you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Under Obama, of course, it's ballooning, like the Crab Nebula. Under Bill Clinton, the U.S. government got smaller. It's true. The federal government was smaller, and it got bigger under Obama. Under Obama. Hey, this goes on and on. This goes on and on. Wait a minute. One moment while Perry lets out the cat. This is Perry Logan's cat. I'm Perry Logan's head, and I'm big and strong. I've taken out Perry, and it won't be long. This is Perry Logan's cat. I'm afraid Perry has been taken out. And his show will now be completed by me, Perry Logan's cat. I hope you're paying attention. Osama bin Laden has rightly pointed out that the stats in the USA are going all the wrong way under an alleged Democrat. Get down. Welcome to the new, improved, streamlined, 21st century version of the Perry Logan Show starring me, Perry Logan's cat. But, you know, it's too bad about Perry, but he was certainly right that the stats, the raw basic stats under Obama aren't so good. You see, Obama and the Democrats were hired to reverse the damage that the gigantic 900-foot Osama bin Laden did. I, Perry Logan's cat, subscribe to the 900-foot Osama bin Laden theory, which is simply a metaphor for the immeasurable historical influence of Osama bin Laden, who, let us face it, and as he says in his own little text messages to me, he took down the two greatest empires the world has seen. Check it out. Oh, Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Osama bin Laden's at the bottom of the sea. And yet, his shadow darkens everything. Our highs are not very high. Even Obama, who took Osama out, did not experience such a great big bounce. It wasn't such a bounce. It wasn't such a bounce. It wasn't such a bounce. Everybody, it wasn't such a bounce. It wasn't such a bounce. Hey, it really wasn't such a big bounce. Why, George Bush Sr. got up to 90% after Desert Storm. George Bush II was way up there too after 9/11. Obama didn't have that much of a bump, and I think this conforms to one of Perry's apothegms. Barack Obama does not have bumps. Well, not very big bumps anyway. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Get down. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. This is the Buddha called into action because Perry Logan has apparently been taken out by his cat. Serves him right? All kidding aside, isn't it ironic
that the president who took Osama bin Laden out, Obama, thinks he's Ronald Reagan. And he is the last guy on earth to save the ship of state, which is now, my friends, tilting horribly rightward. And I think, yes, I think this does have a lot to do with Osama bin Laden, whose shadow hangs over the crumbling American empire. Its deficits getting greater and greater. Weird Tea Party Republicans pushing the government into weirder and weirder postures. State governments everywhere gutting the safety net. It's a real gross out, I tell you. Woo, I'm almost glad Perry is not here to see it. Come on, man, don't be so serious. It's all just a dream. It's all just Maya. Check it out. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Osama bin Laden at the bottom of the sea. Hey.
Okay, Perry Puppet Show Theater is over. The show's over. Put your clothes on and go home. The show's over, okay? Show's over. Everybody, wake up. Wake up from your stupor. Show's over. Get back to work. Get back to work. Hello, this is Osama bin Laden, freshly dead at the bottom of the sea. It's Osama bin Laden again. He's freshly dead at the bottom of the sea. Take it! Freshly dead at the bottom of the sea. Bin Laden dead at the bottom of the sea. Go! Yes, but this is Osama bin Laden, freshly dead at the bottom of the sea, like a great big mackerel, like a great big dead mackerel. I, Osama bin Laden, have been killed. And yet I take comfort in the fact that, historically speaking, I dwarf the little president who brought me down. Even as America dances on my grave, I take comfort in the fact that, historically speaking, I dwarf that tiny president who brought me down. Hey, lucky break, Obama! Boy, Obama, boy, are you lucky! Hey, I brought down the Russians and I brought you down! Wow! You had to bring up the whole U.S. military to bring me down? Osama bin Laden, laughing from hell. Osama bin Laden, freshly dead and laughing from the bottom of the sea. Unlocked from the mortal coil in which you watching the show totally suck, unless you've taken some really heavy drugs. Hey, you know, I am still getting memos from Osama bin Laden. This guy cannot be shut up. Yes, everybody, I, Perry Logan, think he was really killed, okay? If you really want to know what I think happened, I think the troops intended to capture Osama alive, and then one of the troops was stricken by war fever and killed Osama. It's just a theory that I, now that I'm a vibration, feel free to offer you. Well, who the hell knew Osama bin Laden was going to get that lucky as to strike a blow against an administration incompetent enough in the first place to let his people get in, and secondarily to screw up the country afterwards. And what a bonus, what an extra candle on the Osama bin Laden victory cake, that the next President Obama thought he was Ronald Reagan. Think about that. Is that the worst thing you ever thought of? But we know, don't we, that the Democrats have done almost nothing that's going to save the empire from the destruction done by Bush and Cheney in particular, and by the Republican Revolution in general. Play it, brother. Hey, that damn bass guy also got taken out by my cat. Hey, my cat has had it in for me for a long time. But let's face it, Osama bin Laden, who's gonna stop giving me memos eventually, towers above the tiny little president who took him down. Hey, it's okay to dance on Osama bin Laden's grave, but we can see it's not all that much of a high. When you're celebrating the death of anybody, and you've kind of reached the bottom of the barrel, right? Okay, this in itself is a victory for Osama. I'm really sorry. Maybe that bothers my cat too. Maybe that's why he took me out. Play it, brother. Play us on out. By the way, these are images of Perry, which a good friend of his made. They show many of Perry's adventures throughout the universe and in many carnations and parallel universes, all of which you can enjoy on the web, on YouTube and elsewhere. Go to Perry's website, perrylogan.org, and see Perry's shows on the web, and see Perry Logan on the web.